Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to conclude the first round here at Preston Guildhall at the 2018 BDO World Trophy. Let's welcome to the stage a former Welsh international, a BDO World Trophy qualifier, David Edwards. We now welcome to the stage our number 1 seed, the former two-time Winmore World Masters champion, the reigning two-time Lakeside World Champion, Duzza Glenn Durrant!
There is Duzza himself. He was told by Tony O'Shea he's the best the BDO have got, and there's good reason that Tony says that. He's a fantastic player. Really looking forward to watching him. He's currently ranked number 2 in the world. Mark McGeaney has just overtaken him, but make no mistake, this is a player who is right at the very top level in this competition. The reigning, defending two-time Lakeside World Champion. He's only ever, though, got to the quarter-finals of this competition, and I know for a player as good as Glenn Durrant, he'll just stick in his craw a touch and want to get this added to the honour roll.
Yeah, he's a winner. He wants to win every competition he goes in. He knows that he's got the ability to do so.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
That's the thing about
first
the great
leg, it's
players,
Glenn
they are
to throw
ruthless.
first. Game
when
on.
something evades them, then it makes them all the more determined. Rest assured, it would be one of the biggest upsets in the history of not only this competition, but others as well, if David Edwards were to
100.
put an end to Durrant's ambitions. But he will believe, as he has to believe,
100.
that he has the ability to do that. And obviously a talented lad, age 31 from Wrexham. German Open last 16, 2015. He hasn't got what you'd call a list of big titles like Durrant has. And our first 180, we didn't have to wait long, did we? Just have a feeling, Steve, that referee, Mr.
58,
will be testing his tonsils yet again before too long.
Yeah, don't rule it out. Wonderful player to watch, Durrant. He's just so smooth with his action. It's not a good cover shot from a player of his ability there, but he knows he'll be back. He's got 164. So you potentially have 6 darts at
83. Glenn, you require 164.
20, treble 18 bull is the route. And he's just going to set this up now.
58.
Yes, his action is a little more deliberate than this fellow. I wouldn't personally have described it as smooth, but certainly effective.
96. Glenn, you require 106.
At 106, after just 12 darts, be looking to polish this off once. 46, now 32, and you all know what that means.
Game shot on the first leg.
Durrant
Glenn
starts with a
Durrant.
15 darter.
Second leg, it's David to throw first.
A lovely finish. Clean, clinical,
30.
thoroughly professional man.
And it just goes to show in a leg that he threw a 180, go out in 15 darts and still need a pretty big finish to do it.
100.
Just show he's not fully rocking and rolling as he can be just yet.
Well, in that 286 of his score came off 6 arrows, it means the other 215 came off 9. If he did a 15 darts
63.
won every leg in 15 darts, his average would be 100.2 knot. That's a 15 dart.
There you go.
96.
And 102.0 or 1020 is 2 times 501.
You're
Method
a man.
in his maths.
81.
Absolutely,
Yes.
yeah. Didn't even get the abacus out for that one. But, I think he'll be safe in the knowledge that he can go to another gear as yet, which is remarkable for a man who's fighting a 180 in both legs.
180.
Yes, I got the pleasure of his company on June the 9th.
134.
I went up to
Glenn, you
Fraserburgh
require
to do a
125.
presentation to the local league there, and he'll do an exhibition. I'll be calling the scores for him. Now he wants double 12 for a 12 darter.
101.
13 will do. And great company he is as well, super lad, and gives his all as Edwards. Excellent visit, just in case. You've
Glenn,
got to
you
hang on in there.
24.
54 if Durrant doesn't.
Game shot on the second leg.
Durrant
Glenn
does.
Durrant.
Well, there we are. Durrant
Third
does,
leg,
yeah.
it's Glenn to throw first. Game on.
So far a 15 and a 13. Desperately disappointed that
140.
his beloved Middlesbrough team missed out on the... Well, they got to the playoffs, but missed out on the
100.
chance of getting promotion, of course, to the Premier League. He gets to the Riverside ground whenever he can to watch the boys in red.
180.
If they could score goals like he scores 180s, well, promotion would have been a certainty. It would have been direct promotion.
Record points, I'd suggest.
40.
And, you can see there the lion on his left breast, symbol of his love for the club. And he's at it again. He can only set this one up though.
145.
So he's on a 10-dart finish. He's giving us an exhibition here. And to his credit, Edwards still looks pretty calm, pretty cool.
85. Glenn,
He
you
knows
require
that he's up against it
36.
here, but he'll just play the board. That's all you can do.
Game
So a
shot on the
10-dart
third
leg, the best we've had in the
Durrant.
tournament so far this week. And at the moment, he's 3-0 up, and he's only thrown
Fourth leg, it's David to throw
38
first.
darts.
Game on.
It's tremendous. It just is absolutely tremendous. You know, you saw when you watch Durrant when he's really, really on it. There's not
57.
many players in the world, don't care where they're from,
Yes.
what competition they play in. There really isn't many who can live with Durrant at its
Well,
best.
Glenn's very special to me in another respect. I've been a referee at county level, county darts referee, and exhibitions, tournament
96.
referee many years. And Glenn last June did our local league presentation, and I was comparing. He did a 9-darter.
140.
To be able to call a 9-darter. I'm never ever going to hit one as a player myself. Best I ever did was a 12.
Hey, that's not bad, Gary,
No, it's
though.
not bad, but it was once in a blue moon.
66.
Being a Man City fan, I suppose that's quite appropriate.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. I once had a similar buzz.
40.
It's a classic tournament in the local village around Christmas time. Refereed one game, which was remarkable because my GCSE maths was awful. But my best mate's
96.
dad at the time smashed in a 180, and I got to call it to the whole pub. And that's when I knew I'd go into darts.
There you are.
140.
Good ton 40. Yeah, he's a decent player. He's making his first appearance on the big stage in front of the TV cameras.
57.
And
That
here he
means you
goes,
require
1, 2, 4.
124.
A leg at his mercy, you could say. Treble 18. He'll stay there, and for once
50.
Durrant is way back.
Yeah.
Edwards coming back for 74. Sorry, he's come back for 74. And the way he's throwing, I think he's got a good chance of picking it off.
He definitely has, and the
86.
reason why is he's hit a couple of ton 40s
David,
in
you
this leg,
require
and
74.
that's what you've got to do against Glenn Durrant, and then hope he's not had the great one himself. This is a good chance.
Game
Gets
shot on
it.
the fourth
Delighted
leg.
for him. Well done,
David
David Edwards. Really pleased for him. He'd have
Fifth leg,
really
it's Glenn
been
to throw
hoping for that. That would have been the first
Game
thing he'd have
on.
hoped for stepping out on that stage, was not to get bageled, as it were, not get a leg, and he'll always have that, and he can build from there. Really pleased for him.
Well, he wasn't
59.
entirely out of the first leg, but of course Durrant took out the 106 and locked the door on him. And that was on Durrant's throw.
86.
That was an excellent leg, and I like the way that he's just quietly got on with the job. He's aware of the fact that he's playing the best player within the BDO ranks, and one of the top, in my opinion, one of the top 5 or 6 players in the world anyway. And you don't take such matters lightly. You just get on with the job, play the ball.
100.
He's got a good, sweet, silvery throw. Very easy on the eye. Not quite so much, Glenn. It's that throw which you described as smooth, but I think it's workmanlike.
140.
Yeah, I just mean it. It's almost machine-like.
Yeah, that's a fairer description.
Yeah, it really is. It's
Almost
like a
robotic.
it's like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
And you can see there the averages: 9-dart average 118, total average 108.5. Stunning work so far, this from Glenn Durrant, especially when you consider
100.
if it had minused off the last leg when he barely hit a score over 100, that'd have been skyrocketing.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you hit a ton and your average goes down. That's when you know you're throwing well. And Edwards gets his 180 as well, and there's a chance that he could have a pot at that 90 if Durrant doesn't take out this 62. What a great dart, though. 2 darts at double 16. And
Game
that's the
shot on the
quality,
fifth
the
leg.
class of Durrant.
Glenn
A
Durrant.
14-dart leg again. And
6th leg, it's
what a
David to
great
throw
effort that
first.
was from David Edwards. His first 180. He probably knows that it's an impossible
96.
task, but at least he isn't giving that indication. Enjoy it.
Yeah, I totally agree. He has got that element of a man who's just throwing caution to the wind a little
60.
bit. He's not seemed overawed. As you mentioned, just playing the board, and he's thrown a couple of darts like that, but in the main they've been pretty solid.
Yeah, he's phlegmatic.
44.
Disappointed with that, obviously. So his 4 winning legs, 15, 13, 10 and 14. Not
100.
Yeah.
bad. The losing leg, I think it was a 15, might have been an 18 darter. I think it was a 15 by Edwards. Got a 180. No, he did.
137.
I didn't make a note of it at the time.
He hit a couple of 140s in that leg.
It was a 180. It was an 18.
140.
Glenn had only thrown 15.
Yeah.
And Edwards obviously won in 18, having the darts on that leg.
He's in this one, though.
95.
Certainly is. 129 left. A lead of 72.
Such leads can be wiped out with such ease, though. When you're doing Durrant. And he's just going to
105.
pressure this shot then.
Davy, you require
David Edwards, but this would be
129.
a lovely little boost for the Welshman. Great first dart.
Went for the 19s first because he knows single 19 would have left him on a 2-dart finish. So he's still favourite to win this leg for my money,
Glenn, you
although
require 96.
Durrant on 96. It wouldn't be the biggest surprise in the world if he went out in 2 darts. There's the first of them.
Game
Well,
shot on
what
the
was I
6th
thinking?
leg.
That it
Glenn
might
Durrant.
even be otherwise. Absolute quality, absolute class. That's all you can say about that man. I think that was another 14 darter. And
7th leg, it's Glenn to throw first.
brilliant.
Game on.
Absolutely brilliant. No question about it. The man they all have to beat. Not just in this, but any other tournament.
Yeah, he really is. We're in danger almost of waxing lyrical, you know, about Glenn Durrant. But what else can you do when he's putting on a display like this? He's been absolutely top draw. You know, a performance like this, I don't care where you are.
59.
I don't care where you are, even this weekend, you're going to struggle to
Yes.
top a performance like this from Glenn Durrant. I think he's well aware he can almost play with the sort of the stabilisers off in a match like this.
100.
He's always pretty sure he's going to be all right, especially when the first one goes down. And after that, it's been an exhibition.
'78.
Well, Tony O'Shea waits in the wing, and I remember when Tony O'Shea was 5-1 up,
58.
surmising that it was Durrant that he'd probably have to meet. And at 5-1 up, I think that's going to be the case. For Durrant now.
140.
But a great 140 there from Edwards. Been impressed with him. The scoreline does reflect Durrant's superiority, and yet at the same time it doesn't reflect
58.
the way that Edwards has played. Now, if that doesn't sound too contradictory, I hope you'll all accept it.
100.
Well, you take a look at that. It's very reasonable from Daft Edwards, the big scores there. And I think there's an argument to be said that perhaps Durrant's standard has almost dragged him along in that sense, but the numbers that he's put up, if he put them up in another round one game,
Damage
he may
require
well have been finding himself there in
124.
the next round. Academic, of course.
One needed the treble 18 there.
84.
Well, a great
Glenn, you
recovery.
require
So 40
93.
for him now. Durrant got 96 in 2 darts not long ago. Now he's going to go the bull route. Now that's unusual for him to miss the bull and the 25. He needed the treble 18 for double 18. So is it going to be a second
29.
leg here for Edwards once double top?
Damage require 40.
Against the throw as well. Good
Game
lad.
shot on the
He's a
7th
good
leg.
player.
David
And he's
Edwards.
perhaps a touch unlucky in having been drawn against Glenn Durrant. But very quietly
leg, it's
getting on
David
with
to
the
throw
game.
first.
He's
Game
as I say, a
on.
very phlegmatic individual. Doesn't get excited about too much, does he? Just gets on with the job quietly. And well, I've done 40 to start
140.
with.
Well, you never know. He'll be just saying to himself, one leg at a time. telling himself what he must tell himself.
97.
Sweet Dover.
I think if we can get that played out in the venue, we might just start to believe.
36.
No, I
See?
think the inevitability of a Durrant victory is there still. But that's going to whitewash his opponent.
96.
And his opponent certainly isn't going to just wave the white flag.
No, you check the average there, 89 from Edwards, which is more
99.
than respectable.
He's
60.
just lost it for the moment, that wondrous spell that he had. 15, 13, 10, 14, 14.
97.
The winning legs of Durrant. .180s in each of the first 3 legs.
100.
no real sign of one since.
129.
He's wanted this before. Got the treble 19 before, but not this time. That treble 20 would have left in the ball.
Glenn, you
This is for the
require
match, 148. If he
148.
gets this, Steve, he'll be deserving of victory.
He won't though. Will he be back? Davith Edwards has 72.
100.
100 is
David, you
handy,
require
leaves him very well
72.
placed on a nice 2-darter. Will he get a shot at it? 24 tops.
52.
Oh, just over, I
Glenn, you
think.
require 48.
So 48 for Durrant for a place in round 2 and a game against Tony O'Shea. Double 16 moves across. I think he's going to aim between those 2 darts.
Game,
Yes, and he
shot,
does absolutely
and the match.
perfectly between
Glenn
those 2
Durrant.
darts. Pinpoint accuracy from the number one seed, and no doubt about it, he has real talent. That man, Glenn Durrant, is in round 2, but let's just spare a thought for Davith Edwards. He really did, in my opinion, throw really well and still.
Yeah, thank you very much, John. Glenn, lovely to be joining with you. Congratulations on a really good performance. He seems to be playing really nicely up there.
Yeah, it's a great stage. It's lovely and warm, just as I like it there. And I thought David played really good, exactly what I wanted for that type of match, and that sets me up nicely for tomorrow.
Yeah, was that a match that you almost needed your opponent to go with you a little bit as well, just to sort of push you onto the sort of heights that you were hoping to hit?
He's a Welsh international, and I haven't played competition since March when I won the Isle of Man. I've been sort of doing the exhibition circuit, so it makes you think. You're thinking, you know, doing that exhibition circuit, is that taking the competitive spirit out the way? So it was just a perfect game for me. That I felt really good. It's boiling hot up there, and it's perfect. I love it like that.
Well, I think you're the only player who's told me that so far. But in terms of the way that you performed, were you pleased with the 10-darter in particular? Is the best we've seen so far in this tournament. You seem to be just pushing towards something like your best.
Yeah, at times it was really poor. And when you're 3-0 up, suddenly you start thinking, let's make a statement here. Let's tell the guys here that a little 110 average. And as soon as I started thinking, is at the point then when you start hitting 18, 20 darters there. So I know that the game's there, and that's a nice feeling. And I'm playing a legend tomorrow, so I'll be ready.
Well, I was just about to ask you about that. Tony was giving you a bit of banter before you stepped out onto the stage. How much are you looking forward to that game? Because that, as you say, it's 2 legends of the sport coming up against each other, right?
There's a story. I mean, there's an exhibition he come to, and you know, he said, Glenn, it's about time you started doing the circuit. So he's an important part of my life, Tony O'Shea, and you know, it's a wonderful feeling to see him playing well again, and you know, I'll be looking for that match very much.
Well, he's saying he's been practicing, so might be you have to play pretty well, but we'll see. This is a competition you've never won before. Is it something that you've really set your sights on this year to add that to your list of titles?
Honestly, I'm delighted you asked that question. I highlighted I wanted to win the Isle of Man I was desperate to win that. That's a tournament that's for a decade I've been there and not won it. Pretty much won everything. The World Darts Trophy arguably is maybe the Dutch Open, arguably the two that I would love to win. So I'm definitely here to win it, and if I can get to that Sunday, then I'll be tough to beat.
Well, we can't wait to watch you. Hopefully then, but of course in your next round match against Tony O'Shea. Congratulations.
Thank you, and great job, guys.